So I talked to you about the project and I warmed you up so you know what we're here.
Right.
So tell me your full name,
My name.
where you're from, like your hometown, where you were born,
All right.
and where you grew up, and then recount the places, like when you left, where you went next,
All right.
step by step until you get to Georgia State.
Okay, so my name is Duha Ghazla. I'm from Syria. I born in Syria, in Damascus, Syria. I lived in Syria, Jordan, back to Syria, and then go back to Jordan, and then I came here a year and a half ago. This is the plan.
So you left Jordan.
I left.
Where were you in Jordan? You were living in a city?
I've been born in Syria, but we lived like a year, and then we went back because my dad is in Jordan. So we stayed in Jordan for like 16 years, and then we turned back to Syria because we thought that Syria would be better for us. You know, it's your home country, and we lived there for 2 years. It was bad experience there, and then after 2 years we had a terrible time there, and then we returned back to Jordan, which was the starting of the war in Syria.
That was about what,
2013, I believe. 2013. It's like after when we reached Jordan, it started like about 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
And then everything in Jordan has changed to against like Syrian.
So before it was fine.
But before it was fine. It was cool. They tried, but it's a small country, so
Yeah.
So it was a very terrible time in Jordan.
It got crowded really fast.
Yeah, it get crowded, and they treat us like we are new here and we're refugee in Jordan, and we were like we have raised in here and we lived in here all our
you
life.
lived there.
Yeah, but they treat us like we're new, and you don't work as I work.
So
and
that is interesting because I've
Yes.
never. So it changed overnight.
Correct.
You had been
correct.
living in Jordan most of your life.
Yes, I know Jordan more than Syria. I don't know, like when Syrians talk to each other, I don't really know where are the places that they are talking about. I only lived in Damascus.
Wow. So
And that's
then
it. And
you
then-
went back to Syria and then you couldn't go back to Jordan.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you did, but
we did after like 2 years.
not freely like you were before.
Yes. It was just wasting money, wasting time. We thought that family would be around. No one were there, so we decided that we're gonna live far for the whole of our life. Like we're not gonna live there. But
So tell me about the object you brought.
okay, so I brought a project that it was my graduation project from Jordan. I studied 2 years of architecture engineering, and it's an associate's degree program. And that project, I worked hard. I really worked hard on it.
And you did that in Jordan.
Yeah, I did that in Jordan, and I've been like staying like whole nights just trying to, because it's like even when you study there, it's they don't give you like everything that you need to do stuff like, okay, go do project, and it's just hard steps. It's hard steps. Like you don't know the details how to do it, but you have to do it. So you have to watch a lot of things, and you don't learn by yourself. So I taught myself, and I saw how they start concepting buildings and how they do structure. And actually there is some engineering in my like engineering professors that they help me when I have like struggle. So this project means everything, you know. Everything. I was dreaming to be an architect one day, and when I saw how it comes, like it was like the biggest project, and I get the highest mark, and everyone was like, "Wow, what is that?" It's like taking the whole the whole wall, you know, and I started discussing, and there was a partner with me, but she didn't work like actually she didn't really actually work with me. I was like I started explaining, and she was like just standing. She couldn't say anything, you know. So it means a lot to me. It means a lot of achievement. It means hard time. It means a lots of bad things happen during, you know, when you have a partner and they're not really helping.
Oh, group projects are the worst.
Yes. So I learned that I have to do the things my own, you know. I don't want to do it with someone else. So and then I tried like I never left it. Like when I came in here, I hold it with my hand.
That's my next question. So when you finished that project in Jordan, did you take it back to Syria?
No,
So that was you did that the last time you were in Jordan.
Yeah.
And then
after Jordan we came here.
So you guys found out you were coming here.
Yes.
And you had to choose what you were going to carry, right?
Yes, correct.
And
actually, I was in a step of I took an exam. It's like a placement exam that you can go to university after doing 2 years college, and I did pass. I get like the 8th on the city that I was in, and I was ready to go to university. It was hard to pay for, but I was like saving money to like work and study, and then we decided, like my dad decided that we cannot stay in here. Like everything is getting worse and worse and worse, and so we said that the best solution is to go out of the country. So we traveled to here, which was a miracle. And I brought.
Well, I'm sure it wasn't a miracle instantly.
Yeah, I like since I was kid, I love America. I don't know.
Well, I've known you long enough that I saw you when you were kind of not so sure about it. The first time we met, remember when your brother brought me to your house and you were feeling very sad and discouraged?
Because I went out and I saw that the people, like when you saw the people, they are different. Actually, this is the hardest part. Like you see that people are different. They stare at you kind of way when you are. Especially when you don't speak English, when you don't communicate with them, so they start like, she's weird, why she's wearing this, why she's, you know.
Yeah.
And I was really this was like the stage, and then when I get comfortable, when I went out, start working, I kind of know that there's people that they are good.
Go see. Jennifer.
Yeah, and there are people that they're not good. So
did your parents laugh at you when you said you were going to bring your architecture project?
Yeah.
What did they do?
Actually, they support me. Like from the beginning, they were so supportful, and they were like, "You're gonna hold all this with your hand." I said, "You're gonna hold it by yourself. I'm not gonna hold it for you." You know, my mom. She said, "I'm not gonna hold it for you. You're gonna carry it all the way from here to US." So I was like, yeah, this is my thing, and I'm gonna hold it the whole time, and yeah, I carry it. And my mom, she's like, come help me at the airport, and I'm like, no, this is first.
Did you have any problems getting through security or anything?
No.
They're just like,
this
I
is
have
my
a big
graduation
poster.
project.
Hi, I'm Mary Helen.
Jennifer.
Hey Jennifer,
Really
it's good to meet you. You met Kapoor. Kapoor is one of my students. We're doing
great.
this is the other project we're working on.
Okay, awesome.
And this is
Hello.
Duha.
Hi, very nice to meet you.
So we can do whatever. Duha is one of the first MENA kids that was admitted to GSU as a result of the program. Kapoor works as a volunteer mentor with me. She's an old timer at Georgia State. So if you wanted to talk to her, you could too. She serves as a mentor, but not specifically to Duha. There's another mentor that you could talk to. And we're just talking about her experience coming here, so there may be some background. And we were about to wrap that up if you just wanted to listen to the rest of that.
Sure. Thank you.
So you Were you sad though that you had been admitted to university in Jordan and then y'all decided to go to the United States? Was it like
No. I felt like I can do it here too. Like if I did it in Jordan, I can do it in here. Of course, it was like a big thing because I dreamed about going to college, you know. But having another like opportunity, I feel like God is choosing the best for me. So I didn't really feel sad.
So when you look at that project now, how does that make you feel? What does it make you think about?
It makes me think about doing it over and over and try to make it better, try to achieve my dream, you know, of being one of the biggest architecture. This is how I dream actually. I love Zaha Hadid, you know, she's the biggest architect. I like her designs, and so I want to do something like this.
I know. I think you're going to be very famous someday. I hope you remember me.
Of course. Like everything I did is your.
I don't think I sent this to you last night, but she made the dean's list for the spring semester.
Oh, that's awesome.
So yesterday was World Refugee Day, and I sent a text to Haval, and then the next
like
thing Haval puts it on Facebook, and she's like, "Duha made the dean's list." So that was really exciting. Well, so tell me about when you got to Clarkston, and how we met and how you figured out that you could go to school, and how did you feel about Georgia State and perimeter and all that stuff?
Okay, so when I came here, I was like, what is this stage? Where am I starting? What am I doing? I was just looking for a job first, actually, and then the people say that you can start university, but I was really concerned, like, what is the steps? What I'm gonna do? What is next? Where do I have to go and ask? It's a big university. Am I going by myself and I don't really know English and go ask, how can I go there? So I was like this. So I started asking people, like I've met new people, like American people, that they were coming, and we start like, what is the procedure? And everyone is telling me something, and someone telling me something else, that I do have high school degree, and you do have to do a GED and all of this stuff. And I don't know. I was like totally in mess. I don't know what to do. And then, of course, we met through my brother. I think he met you, I don't know where.
Mm-hmm.
And then you came to our house and you told me that you're gonna start school. I was like, start school? When? Where? Okay.
I think we were still using Google Translate a little bit too.
Yeah, and then you told me about that you're helping and you do have a program. You know, I think MENA program wasn't there at that time, and you said they can help you if you do have any questions, and you give us your card. And actually, I went to one of the submission for MENA, and they talked a little bit, but I wasn't really sure about what is the steps. I still lost.
It was early.
Yeah, it was like, even the first meeting, I didn't understand everything. You know, it's just hard. Like when you're just 2 months in here and you do understand everything around you, it's really hard. And then I tried. Like I asked also I met like Arabic people, like they are already students in Georgia State, and I said what I can do. And then I met Shahad in the pharmacy, and then she said you can do it. You can go to the school and ask.
So Shahad's probably the mentor that I want you to talk to.
Oh, okay.
So she mentored Duha.
Yeah.
And she is going to be a downtown student in the fall.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
So she just finished her AA, and she was on the dean's list.
Oh,
I think
really
she
cool.
was mentioned in the dean's remarks at graduation.
Wow.
I think she got a 4.0.
Wow.
Yeah. And she is actually a survivor and a refugee from both the Iraq War and the Syrian War. So she fled Iraq, and her family went to Syria.
Correct.
And then the Syrian War broke out just as she was graduating from high school.
Yeah, actually, when we traveled to Syria, it was the war of Iraq.
Yeah.
So it was everything, like all the people from Iraq in Syria, like it was, and everything was so expensive. Was like the I don't know. I took like a bad experience in Syria. I don't know, but I hope. It's gonna be better, yeah.
all of you guys survived all of those bad experiences, and then you've come here and you've helped each other out.
Correct.
And so
I'm so grateful for you, Miss Mary, and for Shahad, and all of the people that Dr. Haval, of course, and all of the people that they helped me, like when I was lost.
It takes a lot of help, doesn't it? You
correct,
have to know a lot of
correct,
people.
Correct, yeah. And always, Dr. Haval told me, like, always, whenever you have connection, the better you will be. Like,
what's that word you used in your interview? I asked Kapoor what she thought the secret was to solving the refugee crisis and helping refugees and helping people succeed, and you said connections.
Connections, correct.
And I think that's really all that we do is just we connect with people and help people get through doors and open doors and help guide people.
That's just
or hold hands, which is the other thing that she said. She's like, if
hands.
everyone would just hold hands together and help guide each other, we could do this.
So
all right.
I missed the beginning part of this. I'm so sorry.
Oh no.
So what exactly was the time frame when you came to?
I was living in Jordan.
Okay.
She flew. You landed here. She's been here a year and a half. So you landed in the fall. You were here in the fall of what month was it?
It was, I believe, November 2016.
16. Yeah.
November.
And you came straight to Clarkston from Jordan.
Actually, Tucker, not Clarkston. I'm in Tucker.
Yeah, you live in Tucker.
Tucker.
Yeah.
Okay.
You flew from Jordan to
I flew to. I believe Germany, and then to Miami, and then here. Transition. Yeah.
And then you get off the plane. Who is your resettlement agency?
Catholic Charities. Catholic Charities. They were still helpful.
Where did you meet Haval?
Haval, I don't really remember, but we had a lot of meetings, so I don't remember actually.
And so how did you meet her? Because you said she came to your house.
I met her brother, and I don't remember how. And he said, I think he came to school. We can ask him. And then he took me to their house because he said, I have a sister too. They were both college age, and so I knew that they both had a lot of educational background, and so I thought, oh, they'd be perfect. And so I remember sitting with your family and talking to you about all that. And then the problem at the time was that she had to get language proficiency to be admitted.
Right. Okay.
So you had to practice and take, what did you end up?
TOEFL.
And so, and Mina has weekly tutoring, free tutoring hours, and our summit meetings, which she was talking about the first one she went to that she didn't understand anything.
Correct. This is honest.
And then I remember when we were filling out your financial aid form.
Yeah.
Or was that Sarah's? I can't remember. It was just a nightmare. All that stuff is so hard if you're if you're an American.
Oh yeah, it's like very indecipherable,
really
even if you grew up here and are perfectly fluent in English.
And she had to be here a year to get in-state tuition. So like there were all those pieces that we had to jump through.
Correct.
And there's another piece of this. There's a for-profit college that was sort of going after all of the recently arrived refugees and using their Pell money to take ESL classes. They were just poaching these kids and putting them. Georgia Interactive, yeah. So and it all coincided with the arrival of the Syrians, which there were large numbers coming right at the time, and then it all stopped after the election.
Right.
So when Duha came, we had lots of new Syrian arrivals rapidly. So a lot of the work in Clarkston was around Arabic speakers and all that kind of stuff.
But
actually, there are people
originally from Syria or from Jordan?
No, I'm from Syria. But
from Syria, but you had been in Jordan.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
And an interesting part she was talking about before you got here was that she grew up mostly in Jordan, and that before the Syrian Civil War, going back and forth between Syria and Jordan was pretty normal. It'd be like American Canada, sort of.
Right.
Like that's not an unusual thing until the war broke out, and then floods of people were running to escape into Jordan, and a person who had been educated and lived there and worked there for most of her childhood suddenly was not welcome. So she became a refugee in a country where she had lived as a working, going to school kind of regular person. So, all right, tell me about class. Tell me about Georgia State. So you started. Were you scared? You did great.
Thank you.
So you started last fall?
Yeah.
Is that right? Okay.
Yeah. I started last fall. It was like a big step in my life. I was like, what am I in? You know? It's like everything is in English, of course. So
You didn't drop any classes though, did you?
I
You did.
withdrew, yeah.
They,
Psychology.
both of
I
our
started with psychology. I've been here a year. I couldn't really understand anything. I was like, where am I at? I'm not gonna continue. I'm so sorry.
we kept telling them, like, they were like, you guys, look, this is your freshman semester. You cannot take a lot of English language heavy content. And they were signing up for history, psychology, English. We're like, no. You need to take one class that's sort of language based. Because math and science are much more accessible in a foreign language. So they didn't listen to us.
No, I didn't. Well, I'll listen to you later. And then
but we would not have had this conversation. Like every semester, her language proficiency jumps by like leaps and bounds. It's oh my god, it's
Really?
it's unbelievable.
Thank you.
So
that was a big step. I learned a lot. I met a lot of people. I believe from my inside it's like a big community, a big thing. I wanna work more on it. Like I wanna develop myself. It's a new start, new beginning. So,
you seem to have a lot of friends, like around school. You're very social. You're very comfortable.
Yeah, I like talking to people. I like meeting new people and talking and shared experience. I'm gonna invite you to my birthday party. You'll see people are no place. Like last year, I was in here for 6 months, 7 months, and people are crowded. My house was so crowded. Where did I get all these people? when was it? And I was so blessed.
In the beginning it was very lonely, right?
Yes.
And then now, when we just had that iftar, and all these kids who've been here for not even 2 years were running around like it was their home.
Yes.
It was really neat.
Yes.
So I think that I guess I didn't expect things to change so quickly. You guys have really integrated really rapidly. So I think you have not. That doesn't go for everybody, but I think college probably had a lot to do with that.
Yes. It helps with everything, your social life, your way to talk to people, how to be formal, how to it taught me a lot.
Do you like your teachers?
Yeah, sure. I never dislike anyone.
Who's your favorite so far?
Baptiste. This is algebra professor. She's so good.
You're kind of a math whiz, though.
Yeah.
You got hired to be a supplemental instructor too, right? Didn't they ask you to do that?
Yeah, and math.
Yeah.
They asked me to be the SI leader for math.
And see, we make it kind of hard for these students to get in. And she's, a superstar. Well, they both are, but we're just talking about her right now. So, all right, tell me I can wrap mine up now. I want you to tell me about what your hope is for your future, for your family, for Syria. What you think would be, you've made it this far, so what would be your dream for those different?
Okay, so for me personally, I want to learn more. I want to be an educated woman one day. I want to help people, as much as American helped me, and America helped me too. I want to help. I want to help in here, help in Syria, help in Jordan too. So this is it's personal and impersonal because I also have I like the best for all all the people. So I want to help also people that they came in here and they want to start college, because it was a big thing for me, especially when you do have a dream. And my biggest dream is to be an architect one day, to be in engineering, and I want to help these people as much as I can. Also, I have a dream of doing kind of architecture work in Africa for orphan people. This is what I like to do.
Well, your project was a kindergarten.
Yeah, I like
didn't
kids.
know that.
I like kids.
I didn't know that about you.
I like kids so much, and I do want to help them. I like orphans. Like, I don't know.
You want to go take care of some orphans?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You should design an orphanage.
Yeah. This is like, I just want to like everything in Syria is like broke down, so I want to help building.
You would like to go back?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I want to help. Like, of course, it's my home country, so I'll help here. I'll help in Syria, in Jordan, in Africa, if I can do volunteering in the future. For my family, I want them just to be proud. This is what they ask me to do, actually. They just say, just make us proud of you, and we don't want anything else from you.
Yeah. When I look and think about your project now, it's almost like that is a representation of your dream.
Yes, correct.
Like it's almost a symbol of what
Yes.
you hope for all of your
And
future.
it's also like it's the map for me to do better. Like when I see it, I say I have to do this.
Yeah, that's your
Yes,
map
I have to
forward.
do.
Yeah.
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 That's really cool. All right, so that's our piece.